Hi, my name is Brian, and today I'm going to be giving you a detailed tour of the water systems through our house here in American Fork, Utah. I'll be going through where the water comes from, how it gets to our house, the path it takes through our house, as well as give you some helpful facts about the fixtures and appliances that we have here. So first of all, where does the water come from? Water goes through collection from many different sources. After that, it's cleaned and then delivered to our house. When it gets to our house, the very first thing that it passes through is the water meter. Here, I'll show you. So the water meter can be found either inside or outside of a home. If it's installed outside the house, it's usually in a pit by the lawn and it's marked water meter on it. It helps the companies and us keep track of how much water we're using so that we can use that for the water bills. So before we go inside, there's two things that I wanted to talk about, and they are fixtures and appliances. So what's a fixture? A fixture is a receptacle or device that is connected to a water distribution system and discharges the waste in the sanitary drainage system. So a few examples of a fixture would be like lavatories, like sinks, water closets or toilets, as well as bathtubs. Fixtures also have water supply and drainage fittings installed in them. So the other thing is, what's an appliance? Now, an appliance, it performs a special function and is controlled by motors, heating elements, or pressure sensing elements. The common appliances are like water heaters, water softeners, washing machines, clothes washers. Just to name a few. The water comes inside the house. Lots of fixtures and appliances are going to need hot water, so the first place that they're going to come is the water heater. So our water heater here, also another thing I'll point out is that our home has copper piping. Most homes do have copper piping, although a lot of homes recently have been getting what's called PEX, and I can talk about that later. The purpose of a water heater obviously is to warm up water, and the way that a gas water heater works is that it has a flame in the bottom. So both an electric and a gas water heater actually have a heating element inside that heats the water around it. The only difference is that this heats the water from the bottom. The only other thing that I wanted to point out here is our water softener, and I'll let you zoom in on that. The reason that we have a hard water softener is because hard water can do serious damage to the home. Water enters into the home and then it goes to the water softener, which takes it through a process called ion exchange. And it softens the water and makes it suitable for our house. Water heater fact! A typical tank water heater will last around 10 to 13 years. Tankless water heaters can last 15 to 20 years. A hose bib is a small faucet attachment on an outer wall of your home that facilitates your access to water in the backyard, driveway, and around the house. Because hose bibs mostly come directly from the water supply, they provide only cold water. Hose bib fact. A dripping hose bib can lose a significant amount of water, up to 2,160 gallons a year. This is our washing machine. It cleans our clothes. Washing machines actually use between 15 and 20% of the home's water. Washer fact, 70% of the dirt on your clothes is invisible. Also, astronauts have nowhere to do their laundry, so sometimes they wear their undies for up to a week, incinerate them, and then flush them out into space. The next thing would be a sink. And I'm just going to do this one because there are quite a few in the house. So how does it work? A single valve faucet has only one handle with which to turn on the water and adjust water temperatures. This faucet works by having both the hot and cold water lines coming into a single valve. And as you position this, it determines how much from each spigot enters into the enters into the faucet. The most common type of valve for a kitchen faucet is a ball valve. Sink fact: drinking water only accounts for around 4% of a home's water usage. While I'm here, I'll just point out that another appliance would be the dishwasher. And dishwasher fact: dishwashers only use 1/10 of the water that's used in an average hand washing. So the next thing is a toilet. And I actually want to talk a little bit about how toilets work. So let's open it up from the top. If you can come over here and look at this. So right here, this pipe is actually where the water comes into the toilet. Now what happens when you flush it is all of this water enters into the bottom of the toilet. And if you can actually go around to the side and you can see the P-trap, you see the plumbing, the way that it works on the actual toilet. So what happens is it overflows what is in the P-trap and actually flushes out what's in there. This water rises until it reaches this point. Inside of here, there's a little float, and once the water rises to that point, the float's gonna plug it, and the water, that'll stop the flow of water. Okay. Toilet fact: the average person actually visits the toilet 2,500 times a year. That's about 6 to 8 times a day. And that amounts to about 3 years of our life spent on the toilet. I don't have too much to say about the shower, but if you come in and look at it, obviously it has 2 different points and 1 valve. Something that's interesting is that often the water pressure at a shower is going to be different than the faucet for the bath. Showers and baths account for about 15 to 20% of our home's water usage. So in conclusion, I hope that going through the house and reviewing all of the water systems has given you a better idea and appreciation of where the water comes from, where it goes when it's in your home, and how much you tend to use each of the appliances.